Since Biden was vote by mailed into office, well over 5 million illegals have invaded this country through our wide open southern border. They've waltzed in basically undeterred, and some like me would say aided and abetted not only by the coyotes and criminal organizations, but also the biggest cartel of them all, the Democrat Party. Add the 5 million plus that have strolled in the last couple of years to the 15 to 30 million already here, dodging in and out of the shadows. And we've got a real problem on our hands, especially as the Democrats are rolling out more socialist free-for-all programs. We, the taxpayers, already foot the bill for our fellow, albeit lazy Americans, and that's bad enough without adding millions more dependent pickpockets that have no legal right to be here. So what to do? Well, President Trump has an idea, and while it went over very well at CPAC, it's making liberal green-haired heads explode. Roll it.
Under my leadership, we will use all necessary state, local, federal, and military resources to carry out the largest domestic deportation operation in American history. Other countries are emptying out their prisons, insane asylums, and mental institutions, and sending all of their problems right into their dumping ground, the USA. Think of it. And we will pick them up, and we will throw them out of our country, and there will be no questions asked.
Amen and God bless. So a lot of folks, even on the Republican side of things, say the notion of deporting millions of illegals is unrealistic and extreme. Okay, you know what else is unrealistic and extreme? Letting tens of millions of people invade our country and then stay in our country. You know what's extreme? Busing and flying these people to the city and state of their choosing, putting them up in fancy hotels, paying for their food and education and medical care as our veterans sleep in tents along the freeway. Yeah, that's all pretty damn extreme to me. Or allowing these animals to assault and attack our Border Patrol agents. That's pretty extreme and pretty sick. But deporting people who broke immigration law and have no legal right to be here, no, that's not extreme. Will it ever happen even under Trump? Well, likely not, because there are too many laws and loopholes put into place to allow, excuse, and rubber stamp this illegal activity. The Democrats want voters and the rhinos want cheap labor for their corporate interests. But if we can't deport every person who came to this country illegally, perhaps we can start with the, 5 million plus who have shuffled over here in the last 2 years under fake and phony-ass asylum claims. That sounds like a good start to me. And let me also say this. Donald Trump is the only president, the only leader in my lifetime, or possibly even in American history, to take border security and enforcement seriously. And for that, we owe him a debt of gratitude. And whether he's our nominee or someone else's, the Trump America First standard will have to be upheld and carried on. It's now against the law here in Tennessee to hold drag shows on public property in the presence of children or near schools in the state. Note, you can still dress and drag and dance for each other and adults, mind you. You just gotta leave kids out of it. Now, you'd think preventing grown-ass men from dressing as hypersexualized women to strip, dance, and gyrate in front of minors would be a pretty damn bipartisan and pretty damn decent thing to do, but you're forgetting that millions of Americans are infected with the disease known as liberalism. The left is outraged over this, proving once again there is no gutter, trench, or sewage drain they won't crawl out of. And of course, California's greasy governor chimed in. But better question, Gavin, why do you want sexualized freak shows gyrating in front of children? Also, Gabby Poo, your Californians are fleeing to Tennessee in record numbers, so maybe take notes. Normal people don't tolerate this filth, and it should be illegal everywhere, as should allowing and even coaxing children to cut body parts off and switch genders. But Gavin isn't the only Democrat furious that Tennesseans don't co-sign perverts and pedophiles. Here's our brilliant diversity pick press secretary wondering why we take protecting children so seriously in this state.
But instead of doing anything to address those real issues that are impacting American people, right now you have a governor from Tennessee has decided to go after drag shows. What sense does that make, to go after drag shows? How is that going to help people's lives?
What sense does it make to go after drag shows, Kareen? Well, if you liberals find this filth acceptable, you are quite frankly irredeemable.
You are such an awesome mom for bringing your kid out to a family-friendly drag show, ladies and gentlemen.
If you think children should be exposed to that, you are a sicko and a pervert and a freak, and you should probably be on some kind of a watch list or in jail. What in the hell is happening to our society? Even here in Blue Music City, some of my fellow Nashvillians are horrified that children won't be so easily groomed in our state any longer. There are actually hotlines to call if not being able to perform simulated sex acts in front of minors causes you pain and anxiety. This is some sick, sick stuff. My God. And it gets better. These pervs are trying to validate their desire to cross-dress and dance for kids by somehow trying to draw parallels between our governor dressing up as a woman as a joke in high school, like somehow it's the same as the kind of sick crap they want to do. Y'all are nuts, just plain nuts. So just so we're clear, a little public service announcement. It is not your constitutionally protected right of free speech and expression to dress up as a woman and strip, gyrate, and groom little kids. Our founding fathers are turning in their graves. You weirdos are trying to invoke the Bill of Rights to cover your twisted perversion.